the pursuit of happiness. It's a mantra whispered in boardrooms and classrooms, splashed across billboards and movie screens. From the earliest fairy tales promising happily ever after, to the self-help gurus promising a quick fix for our discontent, the message is relentlessly consistent. Happiness is the ultimate goal, the summit of human existence. But is it? Consider the relentless barrage of advertising, meticulously crafted to associate fleeting moments of pleasure with the acquisition of material goods. We are bombarded with images of smiling faces, idyllic landscapes, and seemingly effortless joy, all designed to convince us that happiness is attainable through consumption. This insidious marketing of happiness subtly shapes our desires, conditioning us to believe that fulfillment lies in external acquisition rather than internal growth. The media, too, plays a significant role in perpetuating this myth. Movies often portray a simplistic narrative arc culminating in a happy ending, subtly reinforcing the notion that life's journey is merely a means to achieve this singular state. This narrative, while comforting, is fundamentally incomplete, even misleading. It neglects the complexities of the human experience, the inevitable presence of suffering, and the transformative power of embracing life's inherent uncertainties. This pursuit of happiness, so relentlessly marketed and ingrained within us, often becomes a trap. It fosters a constant state of dissatisfaction, a perpetual chase for an elusive feeling that, once achieved, often proves fleeting and unsatisfying. The insidious nature of this myth lies in its deceptiveness, its ability to distract us from a deeper, more meaningful engagement with life itself. To truly redefine our purpose, we must first question this foundational assumption, this pervasive belief in the singular supremacy of happiness. Only then can we begin to explore the richer, more complex terrain of human existence, one that embraces both joy and sorrow, fulfillment and suffering, as integral parts of meaningful life. The journey, as we shall see, is far more profound than the destination. The relentless pursuit of happiness, as we've explored, often leads not to fulfillment, but to a profound emptiness. Imagine the high-achieving executive relentlessly climbing the corporate ladder, sacrificing personal relationships and well-being for the promise of a happier future. Upon reaching the summit, however, they find not joy, but a hollow ache, a sense of unease that whispers a life lived for something other than itself. This is a flaw inherent in chasing constant happiness. It's a moving target, forever receding as we approach. The very act of striving for this elusive state can lead to burnout, a depletion of energy and enthusiasm that renders us incapable of experiencing any genuine joy. The pressure to maintain a perpetually positive emotional state is unsustainable, a burden that eventually crushes the spirit. Consider the individual who meticulously curates their social media presence, presenting a carefully constructed image of effortless happiness. Behind the filtered photos and perfectly crafted captions, however, may lie a deep sense of inadequacy and insecurity, a constant comparison to others' seemingly perfect lives. This pursuit of external validation, in place of genuine self-acceptance, can lead to a profound sense of emptiness and despair. The fragility of happiness pursued as a singular goal becomes evident when faced with life's inevitable challenges. Illness, loss, setbacks, these are not anomalies, but integral parts of the human experience. When happiness is the sole measure of successful life, these inevitable trials become not opportunity for growth and resilience, but catastrophic failures. The individual who bases their self-worth entirely on happiness is left vulnerable and disoriented when faced with adversity. True resilience, true fulfillment, stems not from the avoidance of suffering, but from capacity to find meaning within it. This is a crucial shift in perspective, moving beyond a flawed pursuit of constant happiness to a more profound and enduring understanding of life's purpose. We have examined the limitations of a life solely dedicated to the pursuit of happiness, a quest that often leaves us feeling empty and vulnerable. But what lies beyond this superficial striving? What deeper currents propel us, give our lives meaning and purpose beyond the fleeting sensations of pleasure and contentment? The answer, I suggest, resides in the exploration of our inner landscape, the vast and often uncharted territory of our own being. It is in confronting the shadows, acknowledging the complexities of our emotions, and embracing the full spectrum of human experience, joy and sorrow, triumph and despair, that we begin to discover a more profound and enduring sense of fulfillment. True meaning, unlike happiness, is not a fleeting emotion, but a resonant core that vibrates through our very being. It is discovered not in the relentless pursuit of pleasure, but in the courageous engagement with life's inherent challenges. It is found in the dedication to a cause larger than ourselves, in the cultivation of meaningful relationships, and in the acceptance of our own unique and imperfect selves. This journey inward requires a willingness to confront our deepest fears and insecurities, to delve into the hidden recesses of our psyche, and to embrace the inherent ambiguity of the human condition. It is a path that demands courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to question our most deeply held assumptions. But it is also a path that leads to a profound and lasting sense of purpose, a meaning that transcends the ephemeral nature of happiness. The pursuit of happiness, therefore, is not the ultimate goal, but merely a stepping stone on a far grander, more transformative journey. It is a journey of self-discovery, of confronting our own shadows, and of ultimately finding meaning in the very fabric of our existence. We often approach life with a desire to avoid pain and suffering, to smooth out the rough edges and maintain a constant state of ease. Yet, paradoxically, it is within the crucible of discomfort, within the challenges and setbacks that life inevitably presents, that we discover our greatest strength and resilience. To truly embrace life, we must also embrace its inherent difficulties. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who survived the horrors of Auschwitz, eloquently articulated this truth. He discovered that even in the face of unimaginable suffering, the human spirit retains its capacity for meaning and purpose. It is not the absence of suffering that defines a meaningful life, but rather our response to it, our ability to find meaning within the struggle itself. This is not a call to embrace suffering for its own sake, but a recognition of its transformative potential. Pain, hardship, and loss are not merely obstacles to be overcome, but rather opportunities for growth and self-discovery. They force us to confront our limitations, to test the boundaries of our resilience, and to discover resources within ourselves that we never knew existed. It is in these moments of profound challenge that we develop a deeper understanding of our own strength, our capacity for compassion, and the enduring nature of the human spirit. The path of least resistance, the constant avoidance of discomfort, ultimately leads to a life of stunted growth and diminished potential. By actively engaging with our challenges, by confronting our fears and insecurities, we forge a stronger, more resilient self. We cultivate a deeper sense of self-awareness, a more profound understanding of our own capabilities, and a more meaningful connection to the world around us. This is a transformative power of suffering, not as a source of despair, but as a catalyst for growth and a pathway to a richer, more authentic life. The journey, therefore, is not about avoiding the storm, but about learning to navigate it, and in so doing, discovering the strength and resilience that lie dormant within us. Carl Jung, the renowned depth psychologist, introduced the concept of the shadow self, the repository of our repressed emotions, instincts, and experiences. These are the parts of ourselves that we deem unacceptable, undesirable, or simply too painful to acknowledge. We often project these aspects onto others, judging them for the very qualities we refuse to confront within ourselves. This shadow self, however, is not inherently negative. It is simply an integral part of our wholeness, a source of untapped potential and profound understanding. The process of shadow work, as Jung termed it, involves confronting and integrating these darker aspects of ourselves. It is not a process of eliminating the shadow, but rather of understanding and accepting its existence. This requires courage, self-reflection, and a willingness to delve into the often uncomfortable depths of our own psyche. Through this process, we begin to understand the root causes of our behaviors, our patterns of relating to others, and the underlying beliefs that shape our lives. By acknowledging and integrating our shadow selves, we move towards greater self-awareness and wholeness. We begin to see ourselves with more compassion and understanding, recognizing that our imperfections are not flaws to be eradicated, but rather integral aspects of our unique and complex nature. This self-acceptance is crucial in developing a meaningful life purpose, one that is authentic and aligned with our true selves. The journey of shadow work is not a quick fix or a simple solution, but a process of continuous growth and self-discovery. It is a process of embracing our totality, integrating light and shadow, and ultimately discovering a richer, more authentic understanding of who we truly are. This profound self-knowledge then allows us to define a purpose rooted not in fleeting happiness, but in a deeper sense of self-acceptance and integration. It is a path toward wholeness, a path that leads to a life of greater meaning and authenticity. Friedrich Nietzsche, a towering figure in philosophical thought, challenged the very notion of a life driven solely by the pursuit of happiness. He proposed instead the concept of amor fati, a love of fate, an acceptance and even embrace of all that life throws our way, both the joyous and the painful. This is not passive resignation, but an active engagement with life's challenges, a striving for self-mastery that transcends the limitations of mere happiness. Nietzsche's concept of self-overcoming or self-creation is a continuous process of growth and transformation. It involves confronting our limitations, pushing beyond our comfort zones, and striving to become the best versions of ourselves. This is not about achieving some idealized state of perfection, but about embracing the inherent struggle of becoming, of constantly evolving and transcending our past selves. The path of self-overcoming is not always easy. It often requires confronting our deepest fears and insecurities, pushing through periods of doubt and despair. But it is within these struggles, within these moments of intense self-reflection, that we discover our true potential. We learn to value not only our successes, but also our failures, recognizing them as opportunities for growth and learning. Nietzsche believed that meaning is not something to be found, but something to be created. It is forged in the fires of our struggles, in our relentless striving for self-mastery. This is not a pursuit of happiness, but a pursuit of becoming, of realizing our full potential, and of embracing the inherent challenges and complexities of the human experience. The meaning we create is deeply personal, uniquely our own, and far more profound and enduring than any fleeting emotion. It is a testament to our resilience, our capacity for growth, and our unwavering commitment to self-transformation. It is a life lived to its fullest, not in the pursuit of happiness, but in the pursuit of becoming. A life lived in accordance with one's deepest values and beliefs is a life lived with purpose and authenticity. This internal alignment, this congruence between our actions and our core principles, is a cornerstone of fulfilling existence, independent of external validation or the attainment of fleeting happiness. It is a foundation upon which a truly meaningful life is built. When our actions are incongruent with our values, a sense of dissonance arises, a nagging feeling of unease that undermines our sense of self-worth and purpose. This internal conflict can manifest as anxiety, stress, and a general feeling of being out of sync with ourselves and the world around us. Conversely, when we live in alignment with our deepest beliefs, a sense of inner peace and harmony emerges, a feeling of being true to ourselves and our purpose. This alignment is not about rigidly adhering to a set of rules, but about cultivating a deep understanding of our own values and acting in accordance with them. It requires self-reflection, a willingness to confront our own inconsistencies, and the courage to make choices that are true to our inner compass, even when those choices are difficult. This involves actively questioning our motivations, examining the underlying beliefs that shape our actions, and ensuring that our daily choices reflect a life we truly wish to live. The pursuit of external validation, the constant seeking of approval from others, often leads us astray from this path of internal alignment. True fulfillment, however, comes not from external sources, but from within. It is the quiet satisfaction of knowing that we are living in accordance with our deepest values, that we are acting with integrity and authenticity. This internal coherence creates a sense of stability and purpose that transcends the vicissitudes of life, providing a grounding force that allows us to navigate life's challenges with greater resilience and grace. It is a life lived not in pursuit of happiness, but in the pursuit of authentic self-expression. The search for authentic purpose is a deeply personal journey, a quest for self-discovery that leads us to a life of meaning and fulfillment far beyond the ephemeral nature of happiness. It is not a destination to be reached, but a process of continuous growth and evolution, a lifelong exploration of our values, passions, and capabilities. This journey begins with self-reflection, a careful examination of our own strengths, weaknesses, and aspirations. What truly ignites our passion? What activities leave us feeling energized and fulfilled? What values are most important to us? And how do we wish to express them in the world? These are crucial questions to ponder, to explore with honesty and introspection. The answers may not be immediately apparent. They may emerge gradually, through trial and error, through experimentation and exploration. Finding our authentic purpose is not about conforming to external expectations or pursuing societal norms. It is about identifying what truly resonates with our inner selves, what aligns with our deepest values and passions. It may involve challenging societal norms, stepping outside our comfort zones, and embracing the uncertainty inherent in forging our own unique path. This path may not always be easy. It may involve setbacks and challenges, moments of doubt and uncertainty. But it is through these struggles that we develop resilience, deepen our self-awareness, and discover the strength and determination necessary to pursue our authentic purpose. The pursuit of an authentic purpose is not a selfish endeavor. It is a path that leads to a life of greater contribution and connection. When we are living in alignment with our deepest values and passions, we are more likely to make a positive impact on the world, to contribute our unique gifts and talents to something larger than ourselves. This contribution, this sense of purpose, is a powerful source of meaning and fulfillment, far exceeding the fleeting pleasures that happiness alone can provide. It is a life lived with intention, authenticity, and a deep sense of connection to something greater than ourselves. The secret to a truly fulfilling life lies not in the accumulation of external achievements or a pursuit of favorable circumstances, but in the cultivation of inner depth and growth. It's a profound shift in perspective, from an outward focus on acquisition to an inward focus on becoming. Consider the individual who achieves great professional success, amassing wealth and accolades, yet feels profoundly unfulfilled, or the individual who experiences significant hardship, yet emerges with newfound resilience and depth of character. These contrasting examples highlight the crucial distinction between external circumstances and internal fulfillment. External achievements can provide temporary satisfaction, a fleeting sense of accomplishment, but true fulfillment stems from a deeper source: the continuous process of self-discovery, the ongoing journey of personal growth. This involves confronting our limitations, embracing our imperfections, and striving to become the best versions of ourselves, regardless of our external circumstances. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who survived the horrors of Auschwitz, eloquently articulated this truth. He discovered that even in the face of unimaginable suffering, the human spirit retains its capacity for meaning and purpose. This meaning, he argued, is not derived from external factors, but from within, from our ability to find purpose in the midst of adversity. His experiences underscore the power of inner resilience and the capacity for growth even in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges. True fulfillment, therefore, is not dependent on external validation or favorable circumstances, but on the cultivation of inner strength, resilience, and a deep understanding of one's own purpose and values. It is a life lived with depth, purpose, and an unwavering commitment to personal growth. Life, in its intricate tapestry, weaves together moments of joy and sorrow, triumph and setback. While we often strive to avoid adversity, it is within these challenging experiences that we often find the greatest opportunities for growth and transformation. Setbacks, far from being mere obstacles, can serve as powerful catalysts for self-discovery, resilience, and a deeper understanding of our own capabilities. The key lies in reframing our perspective. Instead of viewing setbacks as failures or misfortunes, we can choose to see them as valuable learning experiences, opportunities to identify areas for improvement, to develop new skills, and to strengthen our resilience. This reframing is not about denying the pain or difficulty of these experiences. It is about acknowledging their presence while simultaneously extracting the lessons they offer. Consider the individual who faces a career setback, a loss of employment, or a failed business venture. While the initial response may be one of disappointment or despair, this experience can also serve as a catalyst for self-reflection, leading to a reassessment of one's career goals, the development of new skills, and ultimately, a more fulfilling and aligned path. Similarly, personal challenges, such as relationship difficulties or health issues, can offer opportunities for greater self-awareness, the development of coping mechanisms, and a deeper appreciation for the resilience of the human spirit. The ability to reframe setbacks as opportunity for growth is a crucial element of emotional intelligence and resilience. It requires a willingness to confront difficult emotions, to learn from our mistakes, and to emerge from adversity with a renewed sense of purpose and strength. This process of transformation is not always easy, but it is within these challenges that we discover our true potential and emerge stronger, wiser, and more deeply connected to ourselves and the world around us. It is in the crucible of adversity that the human spirit is forged. The path to a truly fulfilling life is not a linear progression toward a state of perpetual happiness, but a dynamic journey of growth, self-discovery, and continuous evolution. It is a path that embraces discomfort, for it is within the crucible of challenge that we discover our true resilience and potential. This journey necessitates a courageous engagement with our shadow selves, those aspects of ourselves we may have repressed or denied. Through the process of shadow work, we integrate these hidden parts, achieving a greater level of self-awareness and authenticity. Self-overcoming, a concept championed by Nietzsche, encourages us to confront our limitations and strive for continuous self-improvement. It is not about achieving perfection, but about embracing the process of becoming, of constantly striving to live a life that is true to our deepest values and aspirations. This requires a deep understanding of our core values and a commitment to living in alignment with them. Internal coherence, the harmony between our actions and beliefs, is a cornerstone of this authentic living. The pursuit of an authentic purpose is central to this journey. It is not about seeking external validation or conforming to societal expectations, but about identifying what truly resonates with our inner selves, what ignites our passion, and contributes to a life of meaning. This path is not always easy. It requires courage, resilience, and a willingness to embrace the unknown. But it is in the process of navigating these challenges, of confronting our limitations, and striving for continuous growth that we discover the true depth and richness of human experience. It is a journey of self-discovery that leads to a life of profound fulfillment, a life lived not in the pursuit of fleeting happiness, but in the pursuit of authentic self-expression, and a life lived with purpose. We have explored the limitations of defining life's purpose solely through the lens of happiness, a fleeting emotion often elusive and unreliable as a guiding principle. It's time to shift our perspective, to embrace a broader, more nuanced understanding of what constitutes a meaningful and fulfilling existence. This new perspective transcends the pursuit of constant pleasure. It centers on the cultivation of meaning, personal growth, and contribution to something larger than ourselves. Meaning, in this context, is not a preordained destination, but a process of continuous discovery and creation. It emerges from our engagement with life's complexities, from our willingness to confront challenges, and from our commitment to living authentically in accordance with our deepest values. Growth, similarly, is not a linear progression, but a cyclical process of learning, adapting, and evolving in response to life's ever-changing circumstances. It involves embracing setbacks as opportunities for self-discovery and cultivating resilience in the face of adversity. Finally, contribution plays a vital role in a life of purpose. When we align our actions with our values and contribute our unique talents to something larger than ourselves, we experience a profound sense of fulfillment that transcends the limitations of personal happiness. This contribution may take many forms, from acts of service to creative endeavors, from raising a family to pursuing a meaningful career. The essence lies in the connection to something greater, a sense of purpose that extends beyond the confines of our individual selves. This is not a call to abandon joy or happiness, but rather to reframe our understanding of life's purpose. It is an invitation to embark on a journey of self-discovery, to cultivate inner strength and resilience, and to contribute meaningfully to the world around us. Reflect on your own life. What truly matters to you? What are your core values? How can you align your actions with your deepest aspirations and contribute your unique gifts to the world? The answers to these questions hold the key to unlocking a life of profound meaning and fulfillment. The journey of self-discovery is not a destination, but a continuous unfolding, a lifelong process of growth and transformation. Embrace this journey with open arms, for it is within this process of exploration that you'll discover your true potential, your unique strengths, and your authentic purpose. Do not be afraid of the challenges and setbacks that inevitably arise along the way. These are not obstacles to be avoided, but opportunities for growth, for learning, and for deepening your understanding of yourself and the world around you. Remember the power of reframing, of viewing difficulties not as failures, but as stepping stones on the path to self-mastery. Cultivate resilience, the capacity to bounce back from adversity, to learn from your mistakes, and to emerge stronger and wiser from every challenge. Embrace your imperfections, For it is in our imperfections that we find our unique beauty and authenticity. Let go of the relentless pursuit of happiness as a singular goal and instead strive for a life of meaning, a life aligned with your values, a life lived with purpose. This journey is deeply personal. There is no single path to fulfillment. Trust your intuition, listen to your inner voice, and allow yourself to be guided by your passions and your deepest values. Embrace the complexities of life, the joys and sorrows, the triumphs and setbacks, for it is within this full spectrum of human experience that you will discover the richness and depth of your own unique existence. You are the author of your own life story, and it is a story brimming with potential, with meaning, and with the power to inspire both yourself and others. Embrace the journey, for it is a journey worth taking.